has not been easy, and I know that it won't be easy. Because fascism is on the rise, Trump is in office.
It's socialism in the motherfucking house!
And it's got some in the media saying game over for establishment Democrats.
The revolution is being televised. That's what I make of it. The Mamdani phenomenon is not a one-guy thing, and the roof is collapsing on the Democratic Party establishment tonight.
It's going to allow everybody to go, oh, they're going to look at New York State and go, oh, the Democratic Party is so far left. If you want to blame anybody for what happened last night, my opinion, if you want to blame anybody, Jonathan, I think you have to blame Benjamin Netanyahu.
A lot of people, and you know this too, you live in LA. The number one thing they're saying is, why can't we have a Mamdani?
That's what they're saying.
And it's about energy.
This is hopefully going to sweep the entire country.
Hi, we're at Kuykendall Stadium. My friend just got stabbed.
Okay, do you know who stabbed him?
We have no clue. He was sitting in our tent, but you need to send an ambulance right now.
They're on the way, okay? Give me a description of the person that stabbed him.
Okay, not on the inside. Okay.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
He didn't see it, so that's why they didn't.
Very difficult to see anything on that video. I heard that there's a clear video out there.
But they also didn't hear it. So I heard that too, but where is it? I heard that too. Somebody, we didn't. It wasn't.
And this is why I say he was railroaded.
What if I told you there's one financial tool that nobody's talking about? It's like hush. Nobody's talking about this financial tool, even though it's the most powerful, tax-efficient tool out there in the marketplace today that nobody, sadly, is talking about. But however, wealthy people, millionaires that I've gotten, multi-deca millionaires, billionaires that I've gotten to know over the last 21 years have a ton of this, but yet nobody's talking about it. Now, what if I told you that this financial tool is older than America? That when the market and economy crashes and goes down, this financial tool does not. What if I told you also this financial tool is one of the most efficient ways to transfer wealth from one generation to the other without paying a dime in tax? Would you listen? Disney, JCPenney, Stanford University, McDonald's, even Master P. What do they all have in common? Are you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 2 words. Life insurance. What? Yes, life insurance. 2 words that are in common with all these names I just mentioned. So before
and I turn up to another level. We gon' give him all the praise, cause it ain't nobody better. We gon' turn up to another level. And we gon' give him all the praise, cause it ain't nobody better. Can't help myself, I can't help myself. When I get the praise and up in this place, I lose my breath. I can't help myself.
Why they party? I'm in here grinding. Money I'm stacking. Why they rock diamonds? I can't relate to them, ain't my shit common. I set a goal for me 2 or 3 commas. 7 figures, 8 figures to 9 figures. On a slow pace to get rich quick. Same time we just think different. Cause when you make it, it hit different.
What it do, y'all? Oh man, hold on, y'all. I am. Hold on. Man, this is not right at all. There we go. Now you can see your partner. Y'all. I must have hit the thing. What? That still ain't right. Hold on. There we go. My bad, y'all. What it do, baby? It's your partner. You can see me live and live in color. It's your partner back in the saddle again for another edition of the Counter Move podcast. Do me a favor real fast if you could, guys. Like, share, and subscribe if you could, and if there's a little bell on this the platform that you live stream your partner on, because I look fresh, cold, clean with my ice cold drip. Do me a favor, click on that bell so when your partner comes live, you can come kick it with your mans in them. This is gonna be a really good, really good show, guys. Let me dive into it real fast, man. Here is the topics for today. Number 1, guys, we're talking about here. There's 3 things we're going to talk about today, guys. Number 1, there's a socialist surge going on, right? Social surge going on. We're going to talk about that, what that means for the Democrat Party. Oh, wait a minute. And for the country. Number 2, We're going to talk about the new video evidence in the Karmelo Anthony case and the media response to that. And he's hired a legal team, guys, and they're working pro bono. All right. And it's about 6 or 7 on them boys, man. Yes, sir. And number 3, guys, we're going to talk about, our Protect the Bag segment, guys. We're going to be talking about, man, the financial blueprint, right? How, because we talk in the Protect the Bag series, we're talking about how you can generate income with the top 3 business models that I believe. Last week we talked about real estate. This week we're talking about financial services, guys. Yes. So I'm going to invite in one of my partners, man. He's probably one of the most successful financial planners. I would say planners, wealth strategists. What do you want to call them? He's killing the game, guys, which is going to be really good. So let's dive into that. Well, first thing we're going to talk about, guys, real quickly here. Let me go on and get the mood right, because I got to bring on my music a little bit, guys, because you can't. I know my voice sounds very sultry and really good for those in the back row. But I got to bring on a little bit of some tunes real fast. You can hear me a little bit, guys. All right, let's dive into our first topic. If I get this right, you're gonna let me do it. Okay, fine. Here we go. There we go. Now here's our first topic, guys. All right, the first one, man. There's a socialist search going on. If you guys have been watching the news, no matter if it's liberal or not, or conservative or independent, there were elections, and these are federal elections for the city of New York, right? The soon-to-be not financial capital of the world, because it's going to be Dallas here shortly. I said it with my chest. I did. Now, the lion's share of the House races were won by Socialists. All out socialists. They're called the Democratic Socialist Party of America, DSA, right? They won the Democrat primaries, and they're super liberal, so they're going to win that thing. They're going to win the election. So let's dive into this real fast, guys, and listen to what's going on. Let's bring in some news real fast. This is after they won the primary, guys. I want you guys to see this, right? I want you guys to see this real fast. Oh, 1 second. Get me back. Oh, here we go. They actually won. They won this. This was won by them. Let's see if I can do it like this. Yeah. This is them actually winning. Wait a minute. I like that. This is them actually winning, guys. They actually won their primary. And this side is celebrating. Let's get into it.
Far left faction celebrating their wins last night.
How we doing tonight? How we feeling tonight?
Abolish ICE. Free Palestine. It has not been easy, and I know that it won't be easy, because fascism is on the rise. Trump is in office.
It's socialism in the house!
And it's got some in the media saying game over for establishment Democrats.
The revolution is being televised. That's what I make of it. The Mamdani phenomenon is not a one-guy thing, and the roof is collapsing on the Democratic Party establishment tonight.
It's going to allow everybody to go, oh, they're going to look at New York City and go, oh, the Democratic Party is so far left. If you want to blame anybody for what happened last night, my opinion, if you want to blame anybody, Jonathan, I think you have to blame Benjamin Netanyahu.
Wow.
A lot of people, and like you know this, live in LA. The number one thing they're saying is, why can't we have a Mamdani? That's what they're saying. And it's about energy.
This is hopefully going to sweep the entire country.
So guys, as you can see, it is very clear to see that the Democrat Party it is kind of behind this. They actually are behind this. These are real live socialists. These are socialists, guys. Like for real. And to be honest with you guys, it's realistically what it is. It's not so much socialism. What it is to be honest with you, communism. And this is, that ain't it, guys. That's not it. This is real. They're here. Okay? And what they're saying is it's energy. And to be honest with you, the guy that's really behind this, guys, to be honest with you, is Zoran Mondani. You don't believe me? Let's keep it going, guys. And a lot of us we understand what socialism is. A lot of us don't understand what it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to show that. So let's go to the next one, guys, real quickly. Here is another video of them kind of celebrating the win. Again, they swept it. This is real. This is not no, this is real. All right, guys, here they go again. Mondani them. Let's get it in.
Back progressive sweep in their primary races, but will it spell trouble come November? Democrats say don't read too much into it.
My focus is on winning the House for the Democrats. I'm focusing on making Hakeem Speaker, and that means my focus is on races between red to blue.
We're watching closely 2 open seat races that House Democratic leadership hasn't gotten involved in.
I never said we're united as a party.
The challenge for us, and I'm optimistic about our prospects, is that we get people who've been elected around the country. We come up with a coherent agenda that's totally focused on helping everyday people be able to pay their bills.
But New York Attorney General Letitia James is striking a different tone, saying, quote, some of the candidates that he has supported are individuals who do not understand the politics of New York City. All of us are a little frustrated with the Democratic Party, but you don't blow it up. Let's bring in New York Post columnist and Fox News contributor Miranda Devine. So
if we go back, let's go ahead and read what Letitia James says. She says some of the candidates that he has supported are individuals who do not understand the politics of New York City. All of us are a little frustrated with the Democrat Party, but you don't blow it up. So it's very clear that Letitia James, the sitting AG of New York State, is not happy with this type of setup. She's not. She's very clear in this matter. She's clear. So you have a faction of the Democrat Party that is not happy with this scenario. And to be honest with you guys, she's one of them. She is not happy at all about this at all. She's like, this is going to hurt us as a party. And she may be right and she may be wrong. We're going to see. The one thing that I will say is in those elections, one thing that I will say is in those elections is a low number of Democrat voters came out. It was very low. Very low. And what that means, I don't know. All I know, guys, is they won tonight. They won the night. They did. Now, let's begin to see how socialist policies are affecting current situations, current towns. I got to bring on my partner real fast, man. It's my mans in them, Anton Daniels. And he is responding to the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson. He's not a big fan of his at all, but I thought it'd be wise for me to bring him on, but not so much to hear what Anton says. It's more so to hear what the mayor says. And so you're going to hear a question from the mayor. I'm sorry, to the mayor from a Chicago Press reporter, all right? And it gets contentious quickly on this. All right, let's get into it.
Mayor Johnson, last week I sat in this very seat and I warned you that Juneteenth is historically one of the most violent days for.
So hold on, let me get a context. Last Friday was Juneteenth, right? We know what that is. And of course, we're celebrating, having a good time, watched the little World Cup we did. Over the weekend, it was considered one of the most unaliving days in Chicago history on Juneteenth, specifically for Black people. And so that's the context of this question. So these are two Chicagoans, one a mayor, one a press officer, asking about Juneteenth. I want you to listen to the response of Brandon Johnson. Here we go.
For whatever reason, in the city of Chicago, you dismissed that. I asked you if Donald Trump, the president of the United States, if you would reach out to him for some kind of help or assistance. Again, you dismissed that. You said that you're the mayor, right? You said that Donald Trump was a massive failure or something to that effect. And now we have seen the results. 40 plus people shot, a dozen plus people murdered in the city of Chicago on Juneteenth, the weekend with the Obama Library and all the other wonderful things happening.
Wow.
And the people of Chicago, the real people, are asking me if you are aware, if you're even paying attention, if you're the massive failure. Perhaps you're the massive failure in this equation, and not the president, who, by the way,
William, is that
has
the question?
reached out.
Thank you for your
The president of the United States has reached out again.
Well, thank you for your question.
Donald Trump has said he's willing to help.
What you're asking.
So what this reporter is saying is, after the unaliving events of Juneteenth, President Trump, and it's on camera, reached out to Brandon Johnson and J.B. Pritzker, which is the governor of Illinois, to offer help. And it was denied by them both. So that's the context of the question. Let's see how Mayor Johnson responds.
I
appreciate you taking some time. Let me ask the question.
You said that real people of Chicago.
Well,
you asked two questions.
No.
Your first question was, just want to make sure that I'm repeating what you said.
Okay.
Your first question was centered around, and it's a very lousy attempt of what you're trying to conflate, but your first question was essentially around who takes responsibility, right? And then your second question is the help that's needed from the federal government. So I'll answer both of them. And so, look, it's very clear that as it relates to community safety, that the President of the United States of America has done nothing to help secure safe communities across this country. He's done nothing to do that. In fact, if you look specifically at his so-called black agenda, he has not delivered on one promise.
Listen, man, listen.
Guys, help me understand. Brandon Johnson is asked a question about his role as the chief executive officer of the city of Chicago. Okay? And the question was around Juneteenth and the unaliving events of the weekend. One of the most unaliving events that's been reported in Chicago history. The president of the United States, Donald Trump, it's been reported, he reached out to Brandon Johnson and J.B. Pritzker. They said no. The question was to Brandon Johnson, and the first thing he does is he begins to blame Trump for the unaliving events of Juneteenth and prior to that. I thought Mayor Johnson was the chief executive officer of Chicago, not the president of the United States. So I'm trying to figure out how is he blaming? He's blaming President Trump for his failure. Because I gotta say it, guys. The Chicago mayor has done a lousy job at running Chicago, a horrid job. And instead of taking accountability, right? Because he was the one that downgraded the Chicago PD 2,000 police officers. He was the one, not the president of the United States, the mayor of Chicago, who's making $300,000 plus a year in salary. He's the one doing this. But it's the president's fault. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going. Right now, 1 second, guys. Here we go. Let's keep it going.
It goes up.
You can't say that you believe in creating safe communities and then literally undermine all of the efforts that create safer communities.
How did Donald Trump undermine your setup, Mayor Johnson, of setting a safe environment for the city of Chicago? How? Like, this is laughable. Sir, you have all the power there. You control the executive branch of the city of Chicago, not the president. The mayor does. What is this?
That's why he's a failure. It's not just he's just a failure. He is a he's a doty individual,
what?
Right? And so because of that,
So no accountability? No, you know what? I made a mistake here, my bad. I could do something better here. None of that. It's the president's fault that you downgraded the Chicago PD down 2,000 police officers. It's the president's fault that these unalivings are happening all over Chicago. It's the president's fault that you've really kind of disarmed the Chicago PD. It's the president's fault, not the mayor who's there every day. It's the president's fault in D.C. Really? Keep it going.
Doty individual.
To your first question, the responsibility, of course, is on all of us.
No.
Here's a responsibility that I continue to take.
It's you, bro. The responsibility is on all of us. It's on you, big dog. You making all of the decisions, Brandon. What is this? What is this? No accountability at all, big dog. And ain't nobody saying, hold on, player. No, big dog. This on you, big dog. This on you, man. You're making these decisions.
Driving a community safety plan that removes guns from the streets of Chicago.
That has not worked. So you have a community. Brandon Johnson said he's saying that he has a community safety program that is driving the removal of guns off the street, pew-pews off the street, right? He's saying that while at the exact same time, record amounts of unalivings on Juneteenth and beyond. Newsflash, Mayor Johnson, your plan is not working. Abandon ship, big dog. Because the campaign that you're talking about is sucking bad. Good Lord.
A community safety plan that actually invests in the communities that this president refuses to invest in.
So it's the president's fault. It's his responsibility to invest dollars into Chicago that funds Mayor Brandon Johnson's program to remove pew-pews off of the street. Not the mayor's job. It's the president's job. That's what he just said. Chicagoans, are you hearing this? This is what you voted for. This is what you voted for.
Having a community safety plan that ensures that our local police department has the tools that they need to.
I wonder if Biden was held to this same standard also.
And no, Anton, no, he wasn't. Biden was not big dog at all. He wasn't, bro. He wasn't, man. He wasn't.
Positive trends. Now, of course, there's more work to be done. That work is not going to be accomplished through social media. The failure of this administration is that he is more interested in tweeting or posting evil and inhumane projections of people and our humanity than he is actually willing to put money into the very communities that he.
Why is the solution always more money? When it comes to these politicians, these professional talkers called politicians, right? Who just talk, ain't done nothing meaningful in their lives before they got in office. Zero, nothing, right? When it comes to these politicians, every time I turn around, the solution is always more money, which means higher taxes for you. Every time, it's never we messed up. It's never cut spending. It's never nothing on them. It's always on other people. It's not a leader. That's a coward. I have made mistakes and I've had to own mistakes and then work to make it right. This guy is saying, oh, no, sir, it's not on me at all. This is on President Trump. He should be taking care of Chicago, not me. So why didn't vote you in, big dog? What's your role? Sit there in jail? My God.
Ostensibly offers some degree of care for. But the fact of the matter is this. There's no administration in this city that has contributed more to keeping people safe.
Wow.
Is there more work to be done? Absolutely.
He's saying that he's great. He's the Messiah for Chicago, even though he can't stop the crime. Got it.
The president undermined our work? He most certainly has.
How?
Again, this is an individual that is more interested in removing voting rights protections.
Here we go.
He's more interested.
Here we go with the lies. Here we go with the lies. Guys, requiring voter ID is not removing voter rights. Let me say it again for those that may be a little slow and in the back row. Requiring a voter ID or for you to prove you are a citizen of these United States is not removing voter rights. It is not. That is a lie. Stop it. What is this?
In calling for investigations or reducing the ability to investigate
Voter ID, that's what he's saying. He's requiring for people to have voter ID.
Civil rights violations, right? It's not just simply about.
So now I got it. Opening up the Obama Center, right? You need an ID to get into there, right? To get into the Obama Center. But when it comes to, you have to prove who you are. But when it comes to voting in elections, oh no. Man, please just show up and vote. Make it make sense. It don't. Well, make it make sense. Here we go.
His abject failure. It's about his overwhelming interest in coordinating the upward transfer of wealth into the hands of the ultra rich.
This don't have nothing to do with crime, honestly.
This whole speech, guys, has nothing at all to do with crime. It's trash. It's garbage. It's horse manure. It is. This guy's a joke. He's a joke. This right here, this is not a leader. This is a follower. This is a professional talker. That's what this is. Your city, sir, is having record amounts of unalivings under your watch, sir. And Chicago, come to the front of the congregation, Chicago. This is the third person you voted in that thinks this way. Manuel was the first one. He was the best one out of the three. I'm going to say. Lori Lightfoot, she was the second one, and Brandon Johnson the third one. If you keep voting these Bamas in, you deserve this. I won't hear about no complaining. Chicago is run by one party. One party. If you don't put a check in place to make sure that there's an environment for debate, you get this garbage. You get this. No one taking any accountability and blaming someone else for their bad decisions. If you keep voting this thinking in, you deserve all that you're getting right now. You deserve it. Respectfully. No damn sense. Make no sense. Come on, y'all. We gotta do better than this. Our kids deserve better than this. Your kids deserve better than this. This type of thinking? My God, I can't listen to this no more, man. This right here is just, what was that? Good God. Now, you may say, well, socialism ain't that bad. I'm glad you said that, guys. I'm glad you said it, because remember, we're talking about the surge of the socialists, right? We've seen Mondami's picks win. You've seen Brandon Johnson. He's a socialist. Yes, he is. And now what's happening? Someone actually went onto the street and then interviewed a couple of socialists. Let's see how this works. Let's see how they do it. Let's see how everything goes. And let's see if it makes some sense, guys. You know what I'm saying? He had a great interview with a couple of them guys. Let's bring it in real fast. No problem. I got you. Let me get rid of this real fast. And let's see how they respond. He asked them about socialism. Let's see what's going on. Here we go. Oh, 1 second. There you go.
Am I going to get roasted? Yeah.
What we're asking people today is, what do you think about Zohran Mamdani's plan to tax the billionaires and to create a more equitable tax structure in New York City?
I love him. It's unbelievable. Okay. Shouldn't we all be more equitable?
Well, let me ask you this. So there's about 1,000 billionaires in the United States.
Okay.
If we tax them 100% and liquidated all their assets, we could fund the federal government for about 10 months. What do we do after that?
Question.
But that's not how the government works. Also, no one needs to be a billionaire. The amount that you could fund over time by taxing a portion of their income would house people, it would provide them health care, it would do a lot of incredible things.
He just made a point that if you tax the billionaires 100%, all of their wealth, it would fund the federal government for 10 months. Her rebuttal was that's not true because their money would pay for people's health care and take care of people. Let's keep going. Let's see if she changes her mind.
Why? What do you think?
I think that would be a bad idea. I think even a marginal increase on taxes de-incentivizes business growth.
Why do you think it's a bad idea?
Because it de-incentivizes business growth. So we actually limit and reduce economic activity.
It's individuals.
What you should understand is socialism/communism cannot exist without capitalism. It is impossible. It's impossible. But she doesn't get that. She thinks that money grows upon trees.
Who monopolize a portion of, not a portion, they monopolize the income for individuals. And actually, if you want to make a more equitable society, you should increase economic mobility for individuals so then more of them can be active members of society rather than a couple of people hoarding majority of the wealth.
That's what free market capitalism does. Right? Because what they're doing is they're creating businesses and creating jobs for people that creates economic growth. And also, they're already paying 40% of the taxes in this country. The top 1% is. So I think I would rather have New York City a business hospitable environment so people aren't fleeing to Florida and Texas.
But that's such like a crock of shit. People aren't actually leaving.
Ken Griffin, just last week, said he's leaving.
One individual?
No, a lot of them are. And actually even Kathy Hochul, New York State, said that she wants the people to come back who have left, so they can afford to fund the social programs here.
I need people who are high net worth to support the generous social programs that we want to have in our state. If you want to be supportive But maybe the first step should be go down to Palm Beach and see who you can bring back home, because our tax base has been eroded.
So hold on. Wait. She just said that people are not leaving. But then we have the sitting governor of New York asking for the citizens to employ the billionaires that moved to Tennessee and Florida and also Texas to come back to New York so they can continue to tax them higher so they can pay for the social programs in New York, right? So see, there's never any type of curtailing of government spending. It's always to tax the citizens more because the government knows what's best for you, then you know what's best for you. That's what they say. That's what she just said. Let's keep going. Hopefully it gets better.
I mean, Mamdani has a $12 billion budget deficit. How is he going to close that without asking Kathy Hochul, who has the same problem? They've driven people out of New York with high tax policy and anti-capitalist policies.
Are you a billionaire?
No.
Do you aspire to be one?
Millionaire.
Okay.
Millionaire. I don't need to be a billionaire.
Thank you, Matt.
All right. Oh, I'd love to hear more of your thoughts. But
Good, thank you.
all right, thank you.
So she Everett didn't know how to do math, and she was addicted to talking points that she learned from either university or somebody, and she lives in this utopia of money just comes out of the air, just comes out of the air. It's on trees, and you can breathe it in. That's that mentality. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. That's one. Let's bring in somebody else real quickly. Maybe, hopefully, on this one, guys, this will get a little gooder, or better. One of the two. Choose. Here is another one, guys. Another one that I think would be good for us to kind of listen to real quickly here to see what's going on. Here's another socialist. Asking basic questions. Let's see what they say. Let's go. Oh, hold on.
They control too many resources, and we just have to split them up so everybody's fine,
So what if I told you there's a little under 1,000 billionaires in the United States of America?
Yeah.
If we taxed them all 100%, liquidated everything that they own, we could fund the government for 9 to 10 months.
Yeah.
And then we'd be broke and our economy would be destroyed.
Yeah.
What do we do next?
Well, I don't think it works like that. I mean, I'm not from here, honestly. I'm from Germany, so we do have a lot of billionaires as well who just own a lot of our resources, and I think if you invest the money right, into the people, nothing that is too, temporary, it will have a huge effect. You have to commit to the challenge, and right now it's not working either, so you have to, find a solution.
What's happening right now is Mamdani's plan to raise taxes is actually driving a lot of businesses and billionaires out of New York City.
Yeah.
They're going down to Florida and Texas.
Right.
So how is that good for the city? How is that going to work?
Well, I feel like the billionaires, even if they live in New York, I mean, they don't really do that much for New York,
They create jobs.
They create jobs, but I think a lot of people struggle here with the jobs they have. Like, they don't make enough money.
So hold on, wait. Wait. So the billionaires that have moved away from New York, when they don't do that much for New York while they're living there, right? And so what she says, because people don't have enough money to live on, right? So what she's saying is the problem for people not living, not having enough money to spend is on the billionaires, not the government who's taxing you more, and printing more money, which is driving up costs. Not the government. Give them more control. It's the billionaires' fault. That's what that is. And it's not the person that's actually spending more than what they are bringing in, right? It's not their fault. It's the billionaire. The billionaires should be giving them more money. I got it. Okay. So hopefully it gets better.
I think it's not as simple as just taking all the money. You have to reinvest it properly and wisely, and it will help a lot of people here.
What that involves is taking other people's money, the value that they generated, building a business or investing in something.
Right.
So if those people leave or if they stop, whose money are we going to take?
Well, I mean, that's a good question, but I don't know. I don't think everyone will leave. And even if they do, right now, they're not doing anything.
Wow.
I feel like billionaires have too much power. They control too many resources.
Wow. Yo, this is the next generation thinking. They believe that money grows on trees. That there's no accountability, nothing. It's someone else's fault all the time. This is the thinking. Even when you go through the math of tax being as 100% take away all the other wealth, and you let them know you're on the fund the government for 9 to 10 months, and then we'll be broke after that. They said that's not how it works. This is crazy town. These are socialists. They live in a utopia world made up of a whole cloth. It's la la land. Socialists believe that they can tell you how to spend your money better than you can spend your money. Let me say it again. Socialists believe that the government can spend your money better than you can spend your own money. That's what they believe. This is socialist, guys. This is what New York was running Chicago. This thinking. So New York and Chicago, if you want this thinking, I don't want to hear no complaining. No complaining. You guys know that Chicago has a Netflix tax? Golly. Chicago has a Netflix tax. Yes, the streaming video service, Netflix, is taxed. Yes, sir. Netflix, Amazon Video, Prime. Oh, yeah, it was just Prime Video. Hulu. Yes, a live streaming tax for Netflix and them. Yeah, that's Chicago for you. This is the thinking. Right there. Holy help us, Lord. All right, y'all. My word. That one was tough. All right, guys. Well, my Lord. Now, guys, let's pivot real fast. Let's go to Texas real fast. Texas, right? There was a U.S. Senate seat that there was a Democrat party running. Okay, primary running. Ken Paxton won the Republican runoff. But the Democrat party primary was between Jasmine Crockett and James Tallarico, right? And Jasmine Crockett is a sitting congresswoman out of Texas. She got redistricted out, and so she ran for U.S. Senate. She is a licensed attorney, which she is. When she talks well, she can talk very eloquently. I believe she was a little bit too loud when she was running, when she was actually in Congress, right? Currently, so that Texas didn't like that at all. But guys, this is who the Texas Democrats elected. Again, going down that socialist route. All right, socialist route. Here's who they elected, guys, and I believe, guys, that this is going to be probably the biggest mistake I believe that the Democrat Party is going to make in Texas. It's going to set them back a long period of time. They elected this guy, James Tallarico. Listen to what he said about Christianity.
James Tallarico may want to skip church this Sunday. The Dem Texas Senate candidate is in hot water thanks to some comments he made years ago on a podcast with a transgender Latinx theologian he fanboyed over. The Christian preacher says he hates the religion he preaches.
Wow.
I always think of myself as a Christian who hates Christianity,
Yep.
right? And like, I always get drawn back into it. It's very strange every time I think about it that the most popular figure in our country, particularly on the conservative right, is this, socialist anarchist from ancient Palestine.
He's so enlightened.
So hold on. This gentleman here, who is he is a vegetarian, pretending to like meat here. Just say that Jesus Christ is a anarchist from Palestine, fascist. He called Christ a fascist. Something like that. And he said he hates Christianity while professing to be a Christian, which he's not. He's not a Christian at all. Not based on what Liddell says, read the Bible. It's clear. He's not a Christian at all. Let me say this here real fast. And I'm going to come a little close real fast, y'all, for a second. Democrat Party in Texas. I say this respectfully, okay? You lost this race. Ken Paxton's going to dog walk this man. Ken Paxton is the most powerful politician in Texas, the sitting Texas Attorney General. You should have elected in the primary Jasmine Crockett. She would have gave you a better shot than this guy. She could have held her own against him. This guy, he's curtains. If I'm Jasmine Crockett, I would say, Jasmine, it's time to reinvent yourself. Take the next 2 to 6 years to reinvent yourself and reintroduce yourself back to Texas. Because you should have won this Democrat primary easily. And Texas Democrats, you have set yourself up to probably lose the Texas Senate race like this for the next 5 cycles. That's 30 years. This guy was not the answer at all. I don't like the policies that Jasmine Crockett stands behind at all. At all. But she was a better candidate than this guy. Easily. You missed a great opportunity by voting for the wrong person. This right here that just came out, that buried him. He will not. He's going to get dog walked by Ken Paxton. You missed it. You missed it. You always had a dream to what? To take Texas. You've lost it for the next 5 cycles. That's 30 years. It's a wrap. Sorry. Whew. Well, guys, man, that's all for the socialists, guys. That was a really, really good one, man. Let's go to our next topic real fast, guys. This one is going to be a very interesting one, okay? There was a case that has gripped the nation. Oh, my bad, one more. Not that one either. What's going on? There we go. What is going on? There we go. All right. Here is this Karmelo Anthony case has gripped the nation, and not in a good way. And there's been new video evidence that's come out. It's not new per se. The judge in the case has released the video that was played to the jury. Okay? He's played it. We're going to watch the video together. Then we're going to look at some media reaction. Okay? This case has been a very interesting case when it comes to the reaction. Very tribal, unfortunately. And unfortunately, a young man has passed away, was unalived. He was. But we spent more time talking about something else than a young man being unalived and a young man, to be honest with you guys, losing his life as well by going to prison for 35 years. But here's the video, guys. Let's dive into the video. All right, dive into the video. I'm going to get rid of this, And I want you guys to see the video. I'm going to make it to it where y'all can see it. All right. Let me get to it real quickly here. And this is from Fox 4 News here in Dallas. Great news network. Here it is. Let me make it look big for everybody. Here we go. This is the video of Karmelo Anthony. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. No, I cannot. That's not good. Okay, let's go back. Here it is, guys. Here's the video, and it's gonna be me talking over this real fast, and then I'm gonna bring in the media response. All right, here we go. So you can see this here, guys. This is direct from this is Fox 4 News. You can actually see kids walking in. That's Austin Metcalf right here. So Austin Metcalf walking in, right? And it's clear to see you have some white guys here, and you have a black guy here, looks black, or a minority here walking in with Austin Metcalf. Okay, Austin Metcalf is the young man that unfortunately has lost his life. That's him. All right, let's get to it. All right, let's keep going. Now this is directly from the stadium. So kids are walking into the stadium right now, right? It's in Frisco. Now, this person right here coming in, right there, that's in the white, like kind of look spotlight right there. That is Karmelo Anthony walking from below the bleachers. As you can see right here, you see the tents here. These are tents. So these are tents. These are all tents here. Tents, all right? The tents. And there are each team's under their own tent. Let's get to it. Now he's walking. All right. He has his bag on his back right now. Right. Let's keep it going. All right. Here comes another frame. Another frame. So now what happens is now this right here is where Austin and Hunter, his twin brother, and other individuals that are on the track team, they're under this tent. All right, let's get keep going. You're gonna see something happen real fast. All right, so okay, so everybody's walking, which is good. I believe Karmelo is already under the tent, right? And there's maybe an altercation that's going to happen. I believe Austin asked him to leave. There is an altercation. There's a push by Austin, and then there's a strike with the knife, the unalived. Austin Metcalf. So let's see if I can go a little bit faster here, guys. Here we go. All right, here we go. Right here. So we're about 5 seconds. Here we go. So they're here talking. Right here talking. Now what's happening? What happens right here, guys, is here. Is you're gonna see some movement here in the back. Right there. Push. Boom. There it is. See it again real quickly. It's a push. Let's go back. So I know it's kind of hard to see, but there's an altercation back here. Push, and you're going to see Karmelo Anthony go up here. All right, after stabbing with the knife. Now he's running. Now, once you see what's going on, he's running. He's running away from what's going on, as you can see right here. Right? Then what happens is he looks back. And he begins to run a little bit more. Then you're going to begin to see him slow down and walk. People are running after him right there. You see right there running after him right there. You see right there. They point at him. Now he's walking. And I believe he gets stopped right in here. He stopped right in here. Right in there. Right in here. He's right there. That's him. Now he's on the field, walking on the field. Going back to the location, I believe. All right, so he's walking on the field. This is all from Fox 4, guys. This is unedited. This is clear, unedited. So he's there by himself. Now he's walking. There's a commotion going on behind the scenes. People are running back. They're running back and forth because of what's going on. Now you see a teacher stopping Karmelo. Stopped him right there, and he's holding him for a second. It looks like an embrace, or something going on, right? Or something, and now he's walking. He's walking, as you can see here. So it goes on. So it goes on for about 10 minutes, guys. That's on. Go look up Fox 4 News in Dallas, and you will see the entire video. Now, what I would like to do really quickly here is what I want to do now is I want to bring on real quickly a debate, right? This is Willie D. This is going to be Willie D Live, and he brings on a licensed attorney to talk through this entire situation, and he gives his commentary as well. And you're going to be this is a very interesting exchange because it's very clear what sides both sides are on. You have a licensed attorney explaining to him what's going on from a law enforcement standpoint and a legal perspective, and what went on in the courtroom itself when the jury saw this video. They saw two videos. That video that we just saw and the body cam that was on the arresting officer. You're going to see both of those videos in this exchange. All right. Here is Willie D then real fast. Right. Let's get into it. One sec here. Get into it. And you're going to see their exchange. It's a very interesting exchange. See if we can make it a little bigger. No, I cannot. That doesn't look good at all. Not at all. Oh, wait a minute. That actually does. All right. No, it does not. It looks terrible. All right, here we go. Here is a little bit of a chance. Here we go. Let's get to it.
What's up, family? Now that the trial footage for the Karmelo Anthony case has been released, a lot of people who thought they understood the case are taking a second look. Some people believe that the new evidence strengthens the verdict. Others believe that it exonerates Karmelo, while others are still asking many, many more questions. I got attorney Dennis Sperling on to offer his professional viewpoint on this intriguing case. Dennis, have you changed your mind at all about this?
Willie, the only thing I did was explain how the jury arrived at the guilty verdict. That's it. The question is whether or not they had evidence sufficient to give rise to a murder conviction. And the answer is still yes. So
So right there, I'm fast forward a little bit, guys, because he's going to begin describing the videos, okay? Let me go back.
Testified for the prosecutor, the four people who all the other physical evidence, the expert witness for the defense, all the other physical evidence, the expert witnesses, and the jury saw all this and came to the conclusion that the young man, Karmelo Anthony, was guilty of murder. That hadn't changed because the jury's verdict. My opinion hadn't changed because the jury's opinion hadn't changed. They saw all this evidence and then they came to that conclusion. We went over the statute in detail. Now we can piece this out and kind of figure out, well, what was the jury seeing? What did they see? What did they think? But we still we didn't have the benefit of sitting in the audience. Sitting in the jury pool and listening to all the evidence that was included. And that's the only thing that matters. So no, my opinion hadn't changed as to why the jury, no, I don't think this is an invalid finding by the jury. So it hadn't changed in that regard.
So you see the video, you're watching the video right now, and you see what's going on. You see people under that tent. You can tell there's a lot of people under the tent because the area under the tent is dark and you can barely see any bleachers toward the top. But now you see to the right, that's Austin and his brother and their goons.
So now Willie D calls their teammates of Austin and Hunter Metcalf goons. Now he may be playful, but goons? So now we have track athletes, high schoolers are now goons. Okay, we got it.
charging. Look like they're charging towards the tent, like they're being.
Yo, I'm sorry. I ain't trying to laugh, but there was no charging toward the tent. Look, where's this charging at? We gotta stop making these stories. Where is this charging at? Where? Let's see what the attorney says. See what he says.
And really intentional charging toward the tent.
Come on.
I mean, that don't say anything.
Willie, I don't see anybody charging towards the tent. Now, you can say they're charging. I see some children, some young high school kids walking in the direction of that memorial tent, which is in black and gold. I don't see anybody charging, Willie D. I'm just saying I see everybody walking about the same pace. I'm just saying, Willie D.
If they actually
hold on, Willie. This is why people don't like me now, Willie. Willie, I've been catching all kind of hell because of you. You invited me on the show, right? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. Well, it's and now all these people angry with me for telling the truth. It's the truth. I mean,
but here's the thing, though. Like, you're speaking from a legal standpoint, and that's why I brought you on, because I respect you speaking from the legal standpoint. I'm speaking from a layman's standpoint. I'm not the person going out here doing any extensive research, and I'm not a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I'm a layman, I'm a human being. I'm a person. I'm a citizen of this country, and I'm a resident of Texas. And what I see is some bullies who accosted this boy who was minding his own business, and one of them ended up dead because he put his hands on him. Like, we love to talk about how people need.
Where is this bullying manner at? Like where are these bullies at? There's like no evidence of any bullying going on here. Where is this at? These stories are just being made up. Why make up stories? Keep going. It gets
keep
better.
Their hands to themselves, and we're all for anti-bullying until the narrative don't fit like we want it to.
This is
well, even if somebody's bullying you, if they're not bullying you and your life is not threatened, you don't have a right to use lethal force against them.
That's correct.
If someone hits you, you have a right to use proportional force in defense. Willie, I mean, look, man, you and I both know that we have a lot of young men out there who, when they get afraid or they get angry, they overdo it. And that's the situation we're dealing with. It just so happened that the defendant in this case is black and the victim is white. But this happens 100 times a day in the black community, whether or not you get punched in the face because you looked at somebody wrong, you can walk away from that. We still have a lot of young boys and men out there who are over emotional with their response. And it's not just one race or the other. We got a lot of young men who don't know how to control their emotions. This just so happens to be a case where we have a death, and now society has to deal with it. But if you want to put that video back up, let's go ahead and break that down, and we could try to put ourselves in the place of the jury and see what the jury saw. I'll give you my legal take. If you want to run it all the way back to the beginning, I'll tell you what I see. Now, again, if you look from right to left, the highlighted part, that is Austin Metcalf and those gentlemen. If you can pause the video right there. If you can pause it right there, Willie. If you're able to pause it or run it back real quick. Those two young men he's walking with, you can slide it back a little bit. All right. Now I want you to, stop it right about, keep going. Stop it right about there. Okay. So those two gentlemen are not Austin Metcalf's brother. Austin Metcalf walked in, that's him with the shorts on, with the black, appears to be a sweater and some shorts. Those other two gentlemen, apparently his friends or schoolmates. This was supposed to be, the way people have it pictured is that these are a bunch of white boys picking on a black boy. But when I look at this young black man in the blue hoodie, he's clearly not white.
No, he's not.
So this was a mixed group of friends. This wasn't a bunch of, this is not 1955 when you have a young black teenager surrounded by a bunch of white boys who are bullying them. This is a mixed school district. These boys play football together. On what Texas football team do they don't have a bunch of brothers on a young black man on the team? So this is not just a bunch of white. Now I'm just looking at what the jury look. I don't know what the jury contemplate, because when those people go behind those closed doors, this is what they contemplate. But if we're gonna make this out to be racial, this is hard for it to be racial if you're in a mixed group of friends. And mind you, these are the same group of quote unquote, you said they were rushing over. They don't look like they rushing to me.
Not at all.
That's okay. But this is a mixed group of young men. Yes, Austin is white, but those two gentlemen, we don't know what color the young man with the black hoodie on and the pants are, but we know that other young man is not even white.
No, he's not.
So how can it just?
But we also know just because they're not white don't mean that they're not some flunkies. You know what I'm saying? He always got a flunky here too, hanging around white folks.
So now what's happening is we're calling other non-white people flunkies now. They're flunkies. They're flunkies. They're not people. The flunkies. Mm-hmm. Just want to make sure that's clear. Flunkies. Yeah. All right. Let's get to it.
That don't mean nothing just because he's black.
Okay.
I understand, it was a black guy who called him over. The guy named Eddie was black. That's the guy who called him over and said, "Hey man, come sit with me." You know, he's the one. Like, it sounded like to me, Eddie set Karmelo up.
Well, I don't want to go that far.
So now we have another black student now is being accused of setting up Karmelo Anthony. Now we got non-white flunkies, right, with the group. And then we also call the other athletes goons. And now what's happening is we got another black brother, a black brother actually setting up a Karmelo Anthony for the fall. Got it. Okay, just keep it going. Okay.
I don't know Eddie, but I do know that there was a young man named Eddie who testified on the stand, I believe, and said that he basically denounced even knowing Karmelo Anthony, saying I didn't know him. And then the defense attorney showed some photographs of them hanging out at least 2 or 3 times in the past. I think they hung out at least 3 times a week. So obviously they were familiar with each other.
Sure.
Why the young man would deny knowing him, I can imagine, because Karmelo's hot. Okay, but if we go back to this incident, if we go back to this right here, I see 3 young men. One of them is Austin Metcalf, and another one is this young man in the blue, clearly is not white. So we can't just say it's a bunch of white boys picking on Karmelo Anthony. What I said was Austin was walking with some other young men, apparently on his football team or from the school. So, race always plays a part. But this begins to eliminate the idea that it was all racial. Maybe it was just kids bullying kids. Maybe we as the adults are throwing more into it. This is because this is the game, and I've said this before. We love the race game here in America. We talk about baseball as a national pastime. The truth is, racism is our national pastime. It's intrinsic. It's part of the ethos of this country. It's founded in the Constitution. And we're not going to be able to get around it. But just like bad weather, we're going to have to learn to live with each other in a civilized society. Okay, whether we like each other or don't like each other, we still have to live in this country. We have to use the highways, we have to use the public facilities, and we have to come to some consensus on what direction we're going to go in this country. So, but that's my first take from this. If you want to fast forward to the next scene, you can see these young men walking.
His brother's about to come through now.
Yeah, his brother is dressed identical to him.
Hunter, this is the one who, from what I understand, instigated everything.
And
so that's
now Hunter, the brother, instigated the entire thing. First, it was Eddie, the black brother. He was the one that betrayed and really set up Karmelo. That's what he said. Now is Hunter was the one who instigated the entire thing. So we're trying to figure out whose fault it is. So because Willie D is kind of throwing up spaghetti against the wall, see what sticks. But hey, let's keep going.
Hunter. They're twins. They're dressed alike. That's another friend. I'm assuming they're walking together. I don't even know if they know each other. So now, if we look here, well, I don't see the actual tent, but we can see Karmelo Anthony. They have him highlighted. He's gonna walk. It looks like he looks right and then looks left. That's him walking with his backpack. He has a gray looking hoodie on, and he's walking from the left part of the screen to the right. He's not rushing. There's a bunch of, all of them seem to be walking at the same speed. He's now leaving the image. And this is and now if you look carefully, that's the Memorial High School tent. Okay, now it's hard to see, but if you zoom in really close, right there under the right M leg is where they're sitting. Now, I can't, if you can blow it up a little bit, that'd be better. If not, we'll kind of, people can see.
I don't know.
But there's going to be a push from left to right, and then there's going to be a response, and then you're going to see Karmelo Anthony sprint up the back of the tent and then run from the left to the right and break off up past the 40, 30, 20, and all the way up to the what it seems to be the parking lot. But you're going to see a little action. And this gentleman, if you look at the guy down in the front, see the one with the white? He's kind of bent over. When he leaves, that's when the action starts. When he leaves, when he picks his bag up, look up to the right about 1 o'clock, and you're going to see the pushing start. Now, again, this is what the jury saw, along with the evidence. They looked at this and they determined that reasonable, the amount of force used didn't give rise to a self-defense argument. And
how do they know how much? If they can't see no more better than what we can see, how the hell they know how much force was used?
Well, again, this is just one piece of evidence. And again, Willie, I'm just explaining to the people what they heard. They got the police report. They have the police officer's video footage from his vest. They have the 20 witnesses. They have the 4 witnesses from the defendant. And so this is how they're able to put together what happened. What I don't see on this video, Willie, is I don't see a big ruckus going on under that tent and 4 or 5 people standing on top of Karmelo Anthony, punching him in the face, stepping on him, stomping him out. I don't see that. I see force going this way and then force going that way. The force going this way was the push. The force going that way was the right, was the knife being put or being plunged into Austin Metcalf's chest. This is what the jury saw. And so the question is, did the jury have evidence to convict Karmelo Anthony of murder? And when we look at the evidence, first of all, we have to start off the fact with there was a knife. There's a young man who's dead. And in the great state of Texas, if you kill and a confession. So if you kill somebody in the great state of Texas, then you're going to get capital murder. You're going to person. More likely than not, you're going to get life slaughtered. You can get manslaughter out of there, moving along. And at some point up here, he's going to slow down. He's getting outside the gate. There's a guy pointing out. There's people chasing him now because I guess they think he's trying to run away. And at some point, he's going to encounter the police officer, and he's going to say what he did. Now, if you have the police officers, they're pointing. You see the people behind them pointing that he did it, etc. If you have the police officer's body cam footage, you can hear Karmelo Anthony give what would be considered excited utterances, basically saying, "He touched me first." Okay.
We're currently treating the victim. Again, he's on the north end of the stadium.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
It's the alleged suspect.
Okay. No, I'm not. I know how it goes. I'm not alleged. I did.
Okay. Watch your head.
So as you can see here, guys, Karmelo Anthony, he's actually saying that I'm not alleged. I did it. He's saying that I did it. It's me. I did it. So he's confessing to the unaliving. Let's get to it.
All right, see a little bit of blood on your hand there, okay? All right. So your first name is Karmelo?
ARMELO.
Okay.
Hey,
So
what he
you hear what he
said.
said. Well, this is what the jury heard. This is what the jury heard. The jury heard he put his hands on me. The jury heard a confession. So we have a dead body and we have a confession and we have a murder weapon. It's really difficult to get around that. Now I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a minute. We've all seen verse 48, right? What's the first thing your defense lawyer tells you to do?
The first thing your defense lawyer tells you to do is to shut the hell up.
There you go. Now let's say Carmelo, and look, I know people. What happened has already happened, okay? But if Karmelo Anthony has said, "I don't have anything to say. I want to talk to my lawyer," then we could argue some of these other arguments that people are throwing out there. Oh well, Austin Metcalf fell on the knife. I've heard that before. I've heard somebody say, "Oh, it was a defensive plunge." So in other words, you lunge at somebody, they have a knife out in front of them, and they lunge into you and fall on your knife. There's no intent in that. You see? Now maybe you pull the knife out, but you never actually poked him. But because he said what he said, he put his hands on me. I warned him not to. And here's the thing, man. This could have easily gone worse. I've seen some instances where, you get a motion for new trial and you end up worse off than you were with the original trial. So, that's a game that you play. Now, and I've had time to think about, again, I don't like the practice of criminal law. I don't like it. Don't want to do it, but I know the reason. Let me just tell the audience, the reason Willie D brings me on this broadcast is because I don't have a dog in this hunt. If you bring a prosecutor on one of these shows to talk about a criminal case, they have to advance the position of the prosecutor. Because if a prosecutor who is an active prosecutor, whether federal or state, comes in and tries to be reasonable and objective and tell you what the defense attorney is thinking or what they should be doing, then guess what? The next time they go to court and they have a case with that very same set of issues or fact pattern, that particular defense attorney is going to say, well, hey, you on Willie D's show or one of these other major shows, whether it be cable, and say, well, you said this here, sir. Are you now making the opposite argument? You see, and then that makes that they have to fight with what they've said in the past. If you get a defense attorney who comes on here and say, yeah, the prosecutor was right, this guy was dead wrong, he's going to lose all his clients because the people are going to say, well, look, man. And matter of fact, the prosecutor who appears with this defense attorney will say, well, you on CNN or MSNBC or Fox News, and you said this on Fox News, and this is the very same fact pattern, Mr. Jones. And so now what's different? So you lose credibility. So a prosecutor is going to prosecute and a defense attorney is going to defend. When you have somebody like me on here, I don't care one way or the other. I don't like it, so I can give it to you straight. I can give you the facts straight. And basically, you have a dead body, you got a confession, you have a murder weapon, and you have dozens of witnesses who saw it happen. On top of that, you have some video footage, you have confessions. It's all bad. This young man was going to prison. The only people that think Karmelo wasn't going to prison are regular lay folks. The judge knew it, the DAs knew it, lawyers all across America knew it. Anybody who's hell, you can go to the penitentiary, and most of them will say, "Yeah, we knew he was going to go to prison. It was too much."
Who didn't know he's going to prison? Not based on the evidence, based on the fact that he's being tried in Collin, racist ass 53% white county.
Wow!
And this is a black boy accused of killing a white boy. This is why everybody knew he was going to get railroaded, and you got not an all white jury, but a jury that's comprised of not one black person in a racially charged case. Come on, man. The prosecutor, the judge, supposed to be the judge. Got to say, no, man, we ain't gonna let that happen. The prosecutor got to be like, man, let me just get one or two in here, so when I get my conviction, they won't be able to come back on appeal with it. Come on, man, you can't go in there. You can't do a racially charged case like this, man, and not have one black person on there where you got a black person being accused of killing a white person. In America, hell no, man. White people ain't not non-biased. They just not. They've shown us time and time again they cannot be non-biased in these type of situations.
So hold on. Let's get this straight. So now what Willie is saying that white people don't have the intellect to be non-biased. Sounds like a little critical race theory. It is. And then also, he's saying that Collin County, Texas, 53% white is racist as hell. Fat lie. I know Collin County very well. Not racist at all. This is, we got to stop this. We got to stop. We're making up stories now. As you saw, Willie was making up stories talking about somebody he got jumped under there and they was rushing him. There was no evidence of that at all. No evidence. None. So they're making this a racial case. It has to do nothing with race. Unfortunately, this young man unalived another young man. And we have it on tape of him confessing the crime.
Willie, let's do this. Let's flip the script. Let's say this trial happened in Harris County, and you got an all-black jury in Harris County, and we're gonna remove the race of the defendant, and matter of fact, we're gonna make them both black. Do you think an all-black jury would have convicted a black defendant who killed another black boy because he pushed him, stabbed him in the chest?
No.
Here in Texas.
First of all, okay, say it again. You said an all-black.
If we got a black judge, this is a hypothetical because the internet they want hype. What if this? Okay, fine. Yeah. My position is that an all-black jury with a black judge, black prosecutor, black defense attorney, a black defendant, black victim, they would have still found this young man guilty of murder because he killed somebody. You killed a black boy, killed another black boy. You don't it stabbed him in the chest for pushing him. You don't think that an all-black jury would find murder?
I say maybe not. He got a better chance with an all-black jury. He got a much better chance of getting a fair trial with an all-black jury.
So answer
that. Answer that, Dennis. Would he have had a better?
So Willie is now saying, even if all of the participants, the jury, the defense attorney, the prosecution, the victim, and the defendant is all black, he said that he had a better chance of getting off if that was the context. It seems to be that in this case, there's a narrative that's trying to be there's a narrative being pushed that's creating facts that are not involved in this context at all. And then number two, this is not about justice. This is about getting somebody off, no matter the cost. Like this is bad, y'all. My fellow black folks, this makes us look really bad right now. It really is. This makes us look really bad. First, there was a lie about it being an all-white jury. That was a lie. It's not all white. There was another lie saying that they rushed him under the tent. No, it was just Austin as well as Karmelo one-on-one. Then they said he ran to the arms of a teacher. That's why he ran away. Nope. He actually ran, and then what happened is he got stopped by that teacher. This guy opened the check. He was guilty of unaliving Austin Metcalf, and he confessed to the crime on camera. We heard it. We saw it. We gotta stop the lying. This is open and shut, guys. Unfortunately, Karmelo Anthony, I hate to say it, is guilty of unaliving Austin Metcalf. He's guilty of this. Not based on what I think. The evidence says so. All right. And also, it seems to be Willie D and those that are actually on social media, when it comes to the picking of the jury, you understand, guys, that both the defendant attorney and the prosecution attorney have the pool of jury months before the trial, and in the jury selection, all I'm hearing is the judge and the prosecution. The defense gets to choose who they want on there as well also. Why did the defense fight for those black individuals to be on there? Why? And a video came out, that's all today, is the Karmelo Anthony family. They did interview both black and white attorneys, right? They interviewed them, right, for the job of defending Karmelo. The black attorney said, hey man, to do this whole case, $500,000. $250,000 for me to talk to you as a retainer. The white attorney, $75,000. And from what this gentleman said on the podcast, this was the spokesperson for the Anthony family. Guys, they chose the white one because he was cheaper. I didn't say that. He said it. And that video's coming out. I'm gonna make a separate video on that one. And I gotta say, Karmelo Anthony's his attorney was trash. He was horrid. You paid $75,000 for that? I could did a better job defending you than this Bama. I feel sorry for both the young men because both their lives have been taken away. One, unfortunately, is deceased, and the other one is in jail for 35 years with the possibility of parole at 17 and a half years. Just saying. Just saying, guys. Sad story. Sad. All right, guys, let's go to our last topic real fast, man. Our last topic really quickly. All right. This is our Protect the Bag segment, guys. Here we go. Let's get to it. Network hustle. All right, guys, the Protect the Bag hustle. This is the Protect the Bags series, guys. The segment here. This is where we take in. We take a look at some stuff here, and we look at business models that you could actually use to make money in today's economy. Today's economy is a high inflationary economy. So what I'm doing to help people out is I am breaking down the business models that work best in today's economy. Last week it was real estate. This week is going to be financial services. All right. This is the blueprint, the lucrative business model of financial services. This is a very lucrative business model, guys. Very lucrative business models. The profit margins are massive in this business model. So let me bring on a good partner of mine real quickly. I'm gonna use some of his content. My man's in them. I call my dude, man, Matty Ice, man, Matt Sapala. Let's bring Matt on real fast, guys, and let's hear what Matt does. Matt makes a great amount of coin in this industry, guys. I want you guys to see how much he is actually making, guys. Right? Hear what he does with his money. Right? I want you to get results first. Then we're gonna walk back into how he does it. Okay, and I'm gonna bring Matt on to the show again, and we're gonna do a whiteboard session of how he went from a Marine, broke, divorced, with I believe 2 or 3 kids, single father, to now a multi cash flow millionaire in the financial services arena. I know several individuals that do quite well in the millions in the financial services arena. Some even makes six figures, which is fine. I'm gonna bring on 2 of those guys. One is Matt Sapala, one is Mario Delgadillo. Mario, if I butchered your name, brother, my bad. Don't shot me down. Here it is. Both of them are great friends of mine. Here is Matt talking about him. Here we go.
My primary is my life insurance policies. I shove a lot of cash inside my life insurance policies, life insurance retirement plans. I bought 4 cars through my life insurance retirement plan. I don't pay any interest to any bank out there.
Stop right there. The power of this business model has allowed for Matt to buy his 4 cars, a Rolls Royce, right? He has also a Maybach SUV, right? Again, I'm not bragging at all. And several other cars, guys, right? He's on the second Rolls Royce, second one. Through life insurance, pays no interest at all to banks. 0. All through this industry. Let's get to it.
If, for example, we just got a Rolls Royce delivered to the office. It's a $280,000 Rolls Royce, right? I took a $50,000 cash and just wired just to get them delivered. But I took the cash from our policy, paid the dealership with it, and now my 2003, what I would normally pay the bank, I'm just paying that back to my life insurance policy. So I lost no interest. Interest that would normally have been lost, I recoup. It's been my bank. So that's my primary. Is that? And by the way, my insurance policy inside index universal life policies, we've experienced double-digit returns, contrary to what everybody says out there in terms of permanent life policy. Everybody thinks a index universal life policy is the same thing as a whole life policy. My primary is my life insurance policy.
So again, that's Matt Sapala, a good friend of mine here in Dallas, does quite well in this industry. He's a multimillionaire in this industry, guys. So this is key. All right, this is key. Now, let's bring on another thing with Matt. Matt actually did a video of 3 ways. Well, before I go there, let me bring on a couple other guys that I know. What other guy I know? Andrew Gaines. He's going to be talking about why he chose to begin a career, a business in the life insurance arena. Now, Andrew's background, he is a pastor. He's a pastor, right? So pastors don't make a lot of money, specifically what he was doing. I think it was a youth pastor, I believe. But this is Matt, and this is another guy, Jorge, I believe his name is Jorge, but we're going to listen to Andrew real fast. And he's going to talk about why he began his business or his career to making another stream of income in the life insurance industry, guys. Listen to what he says, right?
You the most about our business, because we're in the insurance business. What shocked you the most as you kind of parallel our industry, our business, our ways of making revenue compared to the 3,000 people that were there, the 50 different industries that were there? What did you see that was pretty significant? It's like, man, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that stuff.
I'll tell you 3 things really clear. 1, the profit margins. Our business is insane because we have no inventory. We have almost no overhead, functionally, compared to a lot of other types of businesses. Talking to somebody who, they're doing hundreds of millions of dollars a year, but their income, their lifestyle is not the same as what I get to enjoy being in this industry. But my revenue is like a fraction of what theirs is. And so just, I think the profit margins is a big piece of it.
So see, something, because I have a $100 million company, you're like, wow, you're making $100 million a year.
No, you're not.
That's not the situation.
And so just looking at it as a business of, man, if I tell people all the time, because a lot of people do our business part-time, instead of doing Uber, Lyft, real estate, whatever they're doing. If you were going to go put 10, 15, 20 hours a week into something, why not invest your time the way you invest your money? Because when you invest money, you put it into whatever asset you feel is going to give you the highest rate of return. May or may not, but that's what your belief is. So why don't we invest our time that way? We spend our time, we just don't invest it. So we spend our time at a job or spend our time at something that's easy. Oh, I can download this app and do this and it's easy. I can go try this and it's easy. I can do e-commerce, it's easy. I can do crypto and it's easy. As opposed to thinking about spending where it's easy, we think about investing. Man, what industry is the most profitable industry to be in? So if I was going to give 10, 15, 20 hours a week of my life to something, why not invest it into the industry that has the highest potential for a rate of return of income on my time? So one piece is that. Second is just systems.
So I want to focus on, we'll go to systems in a second, guys. I do that on another podcast because I break down systems or how, no matter the business model, you can actually, if you have the systems in place, you can allow for the systems to work harder for you than you are. you want to begin to divorce your income from time. As long as you're trading time for income, you will always be on what I call the grind. And you don't want to be on the grind. You want to be on the build, the scale, not the grind, the scale, right? Most individuals know how to trade time for money, and they're a slave to the grind. That's why I invest in real estate so heavily. I own a lot of real estate. I do that for a living, guys. And also I'm a private equity investor. That's what I do. So I invest capital to give me a rate of return, right? And when I go buy a business or fund a business, right? Number two, when I go buy an apartment complex, buy land to develop to single-family residences, or I buy a home at a distressed situation, increase the value through renovation, and then generate a cash flow, I do that as well also. So I'm doing that, right? So I am constantly trying to increase the velocity of my income, trading time for money. I don't want to do that at all, period. I want my money to work harder for me so that I don't have to trade time, right? That's what I'm doing now. So what I wanted Andrew to talk about, right? I'm gonna bring Andrew on as well also to talk about this. This is a former youth pastor, right? That has made millions in the life insurance arena. Okay, I'm not in the life insurance arena at all. That's not what I do for a living at all. But what I am doing is I'm showing you one of the business models that you can actually implement for a low barrel of investment to get a great rate of return. This is what the life insurance arena does. Now, that's one video. Now, let me bring on Matt again. This is my dude, Matty Ice is what I call him. Good friend of mine. He now goes through a video real quickly of showing 3 ways on how to generate $1.5 million in passive income. This is probably the most important video that I'm going to show you tonight because of the fact that it's going to give you 3 ways that the average American generates this type of income. 3 ways. I want you guys to see this. So get your pens and pads out, guys. Matt is going to dive this in. I'm going to make it bigger so everybody can see what's going on. And let's dive into this thing real fast with Matt. Here we go.
Welcome back, everybody. Money Smart Guy, Matt Sapala here, hailing to you from Dallas, Texas. And in this video, I want to share with you 3 ways to generate $1.5 million of income, cash flow income, from 3 different ways. I've attempted to do it myself. Again, this is not theory. This is practical application. After a guy being in business for 24 years, I'm going to share with you how I've done it myself. So what is passive income? Earnings derived from a rental property, limited partnership, or other enterprise in which a person is not actively involved. So in other words, instead of you having to clock in, clock out, having to sell real estate, having to sell life insurance, having to sell legal services, having to sell medical services, you are making passive income without you physically having to push all the buttons, and yet money is still flowing into your direction. What I also want to do is also demystify the myth of passive income, that it's a set it and forget it type of thing. Like once I establish it, it'll be in my life, and passive income is coming to my life forever and ever and ever. Amen.
Hallelujah. Thank God.
That's wrong. That's false. That's a misconception of passive income. Because here's the reality. Since the S&P 500 was created in 1957, before there was 500 companies, there was 233 companies, and that was started in 1923 during the great roaring 20s when everything was going right. But what came after the 20s? The Great Depression in the 1930s. So here are 10 companies left over from the original S&P 500 index, and these companies are Procter & Gamble, Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, Whirlpool, JP Morgan Chase, GE, IBM, ExxonMobil, 3M, and General Mills. So even some of the top publicly traded companies in the history of the S&P 500 index showed up and then bowed out. Showed up and then bowed out. So therefore, if you even think some of the top publicly traded companies could not last 10, 20, 30 years without active management, listen, passive income, yes, it may not be physically you actively pushing a button so you make money, but it requires still a bunch of heavy lifting from you and leadership from you to have passive income continue to flow in your direction for an extended period of time. First one I want to share with you is being a saver. If you want to be a saver, let's make some assumptions. You're earning an 8% average rate of return throughout the duration of your particular investment. You're going to retire at 67 years old. Why 67 years old? Anybody born after 1960, according to Social Security, your retirement age is 67 years old. It used to be 62. It used to be 65. And what Social Security has been doing is hoping to deter you and defer you from taking money from the Social Security system, so therefore they don't bankrupt the system too soon. And also we're going to assume a 4% rule, meaning that whatever you put inside this investment, you're only going to withdraw 4% of it. Let me read to you the actual rule of the 4% rule. The 4% rule is a retirement planning rule of thumb that dictates a retiree withdraw 4% of their retirement funds in the first year and remove that dollar amount adjusted for inflation every year after. So in other words, no matter what happens in the stock market, up, down, you're not going to withdraw any more than 4% from this lump sum of cash after you saved and compounded it over your lifetime. And what do you need to generate $1.5 million of passive income? What type of a lump sum do you need to create at 67 years old? That number is, drum roll please, $37.5 million. There you go. That's a go.
So guys, right there, I want you guys to see this again.
Is, drum roll please, 37.5.
How many of you guys actually have $37.5 million? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. How many of you guys have $37.5 million saved up? Right now. Saved up in your retirement. The answer is nobody. Not saved. Nobody. That's a lot of money. But hey, let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going.
$500,000. There you go. That's a go. So if you want to generate $1.5 million of passive income, you've got to have in a lump sum at 67 years old, $37.5 million. Before you give up, let me show you how to get there. If you're 21 years old, for you to save at an 8% average rate of return, to retire at 67 years old, from 21 years old to 67, you've got to tuck away $6,550 a month. Now, if you started later in life, just say you're 31 years old, I said, man, I just want to live up my 20s. I'm going to go party. I'm going to live my best life, whatever the case may be. Great. If you still want to hit the age of 67 years old with $37.5 million, then instead of saving $6,550 at 31 years old, now you got to save $15,019 per month. You say, Matt, listen, man, I got kids, I got a wife, I'm going to buy a house, I'm on a car, and I'm going to start saving at 41 years old. No problem. In order to still hit that $37.5 million goal, 4% rule to withdraw $1.5 million per year, you got to now save $35,974 per month crazy. In order for you to still be on track to hitting $37.5 million by the time you're 67 years old. Kind of an improbable possibility, right? That's why Robert Kiyosaki says savers are losers. But the reason why people pick another option, which is real estate investing, which I'll unpack here in a second, is because they want to accelerate this sooner in their life than waiting 26, 36, and 46 years. Let's go.
So before we go to real estate, guys, do you see how it works when you begin to make money while being married to time? When you have money and time married together, guys, that's the reality. You're a saver. Savers are losers because, number one, your income is not outpacing inflation, right? So inflation is here, your income is here. So you are saving, and you're saving money at a slower clip than what it's costing you. Number two, because of inflation, what you're saving, which is cash, that asset is losing in value. So you're saving a asset that's losing value every single month. Get this, guys. In the last 8 years, which is, I'm sorry, let me say, 8 years between Trump and Biden. Watch this, guys. We have printed 40% of the United States currency for its entire existence. 40%. You talk about some significant erosion of value of the dollar, and you're saving that depreciating asset, right? And you're married your income to time, and what's happening is inflation is outpacing the velocity of you trading money for time. That's a bad combination to get to become a cash flow millionaire. It's a bad combination. All right. Now, let's go over to another thing, which is one of my favorite, guys. Let's go to another one, guys, which is real estate, guys. All right. Let's get to it. Let's go.
But to the second option, I talked to a good friend of mine here in Dallas. His name is Liddell Buggs. And
that's your partner. You see it. You see your partner, baby, looking better than you. take the picture for your mom and them and holler at your partner. You see it now. Now you have motivation. There you go. Receive it. Receive it. You see me. There it is. I'm playing. Yeah, let's go.
He's a real estate investor, got access to billions of dollars. And I said, Dale, if I'm going to generate $1.5 million of passive income, how many buildings do I need to have? He said, Matt, let me give you an example of a deal I got going on. I've got a deal going on with 625 properties, basically apartments / condo. They've converted to condos. And so these 625 properties / doors for just easier visualization. So 625 doors, the average condo of this project is approximately $100,000 per door. But we got to put a 25% down payment on each of them. So that's a $75,000 mortgage, but you need $25,000 to get in the deal per door. So if you do the math here, a 25% down payment, which is a $75,000 mortgage for a $100,000 property, times 625 properties, now you have to have a down payment of $15,625,000 down payment in order to acquire $625 million of real estate portfolio. In order for you to generate $200 per month per door, you multiply it by 625 doors, and that's going to equal $125,000 a month cash flow. Net mortgage, net expenses, his calculation and his pro forma is each door is going to give me $20 per month. So in other words, you do $25,000 down payment, you pay the mortgage on a $75,000 loan from the bank. In order to profit for one door, $200. $200 times 12 months is $2,400 per year times 625 properties. Again, doing the math, that's $1.5 million per year. So if you want to go about and say, hey, man, I want to be a real estate investor and generate $1.5 million of buy and hold type of strategy, no problem. This is the math. You got to create and find a deal for this math to fit in, regardless if you're in Chicago, if you're in Atlanta, if you're in Memphis, you're in California. This is the general scope of this particular project. So a lot of cash. So here's some pros and cons of this strategy. Pros. Number one, finding below market real estate deals, especially in today's real estate environment. Number two, steady monthly cash flow. Number three, provides depreciation tax write-offs to take off taxable income from your current income that you generate from other businesses or jobs. Number four, appreciation, the potential for your property to appreciate over time. Number five, you can leverage the benefits of mortgages and real estate investors, and on paper, you are a deca millionaire. Here's some cons. Number one, it's a long grind. This doesn't happen overnight.
Doesn't.
Number two, the ups and downs of being a landlord. There's vacancies, tenant issues, evictions. Number
That's right around that too, guys. We will go through that. Don't worry about it.
three, lots of maintenance. Somebody has to deal with the plumbing. Somebody has to deal with the showers. Somebody has to deal with the bugs, the termites.
Property management.
Lots of maintenance. Number four, time. You got to find the deals that fit this model.
Easy work.
Number five, values of the property and rents may either increase or also decline. You're not in control of that. So how did my wife and I generate $1.5 million as a passive?
So now you see, guys, him talking about real estate. Yes, I gave him those numbers. It was me. He's right about time. He's right about finding the right deals. He's right. If you want to know a little bit more about that, I'll do another podcast to walk through a deal that I'm either currently working on now or one I've done in the past to walk you through it. No worries, I got you. But he's correct that it takes a lot of doors to generate $1.5 million of passive income. That means it comes in whether you work or not. He's right. 1,000%. It takes capital to acquire real estate. It takes time. He's right. Do I have access to it? Yes, I do. Does most anyone has that? No. Now you can always partner with me and we can do something together. No problem. And you get access to what I actually have. No problem. But at the exact same time, he's correct. You can. It is a building grind. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of the cons, I get around those fairly easily. But anyways, let's go to what we're really here to talk about, which is financial services. Let's get into it.
Income in just 8 years here since 2015. It's the insurance industry. We became not insurance producers, but agency builders. Big difference. For the first 12 years of my career,
So here's what he means by that, guys, is a lot of life insurance agents, they are what I call solopreneurs. They own their own business, but they are a sole prop. sole prop or a single member LLC, to where they are having to build. They only get paid when they write a policy, and that's fine. People make a lot of money doing that, which is great. But it is a grind. It is, and you don't have leverage at your disposal. You don't have a compounding effect at your disposal. You don't. Versus what Matt them did is Matt went from a solopreneur solopreneur business model to being an agency of a team of agents that are going out and providing financial services to the American masses. So one solopreneur is just one person doing it, versus Matt, I believe, has about 6,000 agents that work that's under his agency. So what's going to make more money faster from a compound perspective? A solopreneur, which you are unemployed to your next commission, or a agency builder who builds a business model with systems, duplicates his effort. Which one builds capital, builds income faster? Which one? I said agency builder. Let's get to it.
Just had an insurance license. I'd sell life insurance. I'd sell annuities. I'd sell different financial products as in regards to retirement services. I was a one-man band. But the moment I understood systems, the moment I understood scale, the moment I understood, there's a saying that says, listen, you don't build a company. You build people that build a company. So I said, you know what? Let me reshift my focus and position my skills towards not selling products, but selling a vision for the people that choose to go in business with either directly or indirectly. I decided to build an insurance agency. We call it the Money Smart Movement Organization, which has offices across the country, main locations being Oak Brook, Naperville, and Chicago, Illinois, Carrollton, Maryland, Tallahassee, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Hollywood, Florida, multiple offices in Memphis, Tennessee, and right here in Dallas, Texas. And my wife and I relocated here to Dallas from Chicago since 2021. So here's the bottom line. Without spending money in marketing, buying leads, doing dinner seminars, we're able to build an agency and recruit and build talent from scratch. And here's the best part about this model, as compared to real estate, as compared to time necessary to save $37.5 million. I don't have any overhead in any of the offices across the country due to our model. Through our systems and processes that we've created, I don't have to worry about buying leads for anybody, creating any lead generation, doing dinner seminars like I used to for the first 12 years of my career. Everybody's responsible for their own operation, because the skill here necessary to build this type of business is not just people skills, it's servant leadership development. And what products and services do we provide? Well, very simple. We have our lane. Life insurance, we sell term insurance and permanent insurance. Return of premium insurance, where, for example, if you have a term insurance policy, people say, okay, at the end of 20, 30 years, I'm done with policy, but I get none of my money back. A return of premium says, if I pay for 20, 30 years of my term insurance policy and I don't die, I'm going to get a refund of all my premium that I paid throughout the duration of this policy for the next 20, 30 years, refunded back to me in one tax-free refund. On permanent insurance side, we do whole life, we do universal life, we do index universal life. And the annuity side of things for retirement planning and making sure people have a guaranteed income stream for the rest of their life, we do fixed and indexed annuities. Very simple type of insurance business. We don't do auto, we don't do home, we don't do health. We do business that's pertaining to college planning, retirement planning, and generational wealth creation type planning, as well as wills and trusts, et cetera, some very fancy strategies. We can be very basic, or we can be very sophisticated. We help clients that's mom and pop shop, or we help also professional athletes and celebrities throughout our business, throughout our offices across the country. But somebody said, well, Matt, what's the pros and cons of building this type of business to generate over $1.5 million in passive income? Let me cover some of these pros and cons. Here's some of the pros. Number one, you can build a part-time or full-time sales force, your choice. Number two, you can have different managers and mentors at different levels of expertise. Number three, unlimited geographical location. You can have offices all across the country without expanding and increasing your overhead. Number four, zero cost marketing, because we don't spend money on leads, we don't spend money on ads, we don't spend money on social media, Facebook advertising, it's all word of mouth. Number five, it creates a life of its own. There's a saying here, you don't build a company, you build people, you build leaders, and they help you build a company. Now here's some of the cons. You do need people skills, soft skills, leadership development skills. Number two, you have lots and lots and lots of patience. You're helping people go from nowhere to somewhere, from broke to ballin', from zero to hero. Number three, You need to be consistent as a leader. You need to be committed as an entrepreneur. People need to know where their office is going to be held at, what meetings are being held, that you need to be dependable as somebody that can lean on for coaching, training, and development. Number 4, this is more of a mental anguish versus physical anguish. Sometimes it's easier to turn wrenches. Sometimes it's easier to have a 100-pound pack on your back and march 20 miles in the military versus the mental anguish it takes to basically be a financial pastor to all the people that you're coaching, teaching, and mentoring. But if you got that mental fortitude, you got that mental toughness to not only help yourself, but more importantly, help other people, there's a lot of greatness to be involved in this business. There's a saying in our industry, this could be the hardest part-time job, but the easiest full-time business. It all depends on your attitude, discipline, and consistency. Best part about this business, even if you screw up, guess what? The clients ask for the money back, right? You might lose a deal. Okay, great. You lose a client. No problem. But you screw up in real estate. You can get fines from the local mayor. You can get permits stripped and taken away from you. You can have tenants filing a lawsuit against you. The worst part about this is it takes time, effort, and a lot of patience for this to build up. You have to avoid a lot of losses. You have to go through the ups and downs. And hopefully by the time you retire at 67 years old, hopefully you don't face a 2022. There's a negative 20% loss in the market for you to have your money exposed to your $37.5 million. So therefore, if you do get exposed, you might not have $1.5 million to withdraw that year. Who knows? But here's what I love. I sat down with a Goldman Sachs guy. I said, how fast can you flip my $10 million into $20 million? He goes, let me help you manage expectations, John says. He says, Matt, you've gotten to where you've gotten because of this model. I know what this model does. I know what this model is capable of doing. You've gotten where you've gotten in the last 8 years by building yourself from a $500 investment to creating over $1.5 million of passive income. And by the way, guys, this year, more of our guys are making more money than they were last year. More of our guys are happier this year. More of our guys are having no problem having their jobs lay them off, and more guys are paying off debt, stuffing money away, and preparing for worst case scenarios. And before I let you go, let me share with you another video here that you might want to check out on how millionaires use life insurance as a wealth generation and wealth creation tool in the most tax advantage way. Please check out this video right here. That being said, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
So again, guys, I wanted you guys to see that because this is the Protect the Bag section of the podcast. Again, this is not a pitch at all for life insurance industry at all. No. Again, there's 3 business models that I believe are the best ones to begin to build in today's economy. Number 1 is real estate, right? Number 2 is financial services. And number 3 is network marketing. Again, I'm walking through each one of these models, right, on a weekly basis to give you pros and cons, a strategy or not, to where you can pivot. I tell you right now, a lot of people right now, this may be you. So look me in the eye. You may have more month than income, and that could be scary, right? You may be seeing your retirement dwindle down. That can be scary. You may have lost your job or are getting phased out of your current job due to AI. That can be scary. All I can say is you may be retired and you look for something else to do right now. Have you guys noticed, and that's okay, have you guys noticed that most retirees have to go work a part-time job? Because why? They don't have enough money coming in post-retirement. That's real. If this is you, and you may be a little nervous, that's okay. That's normal. That is normal, guys. Breathe a little bit. We're here together. We're here. Now, again, I'm a real estate investor and private equity investor. And so for me, I do have a little bit of a bias. Okay. I'm gonna give you 2 things you can do real quickly, right? Real fast. One, guys, when it comes to real estate investing, you make money when you buy, not when you sell. Okay? And you have to acquire right. I'm actually giving away a free ebook called Distressed Property Investing. How to locate distressed properties in your city, county, or state. Now, there's 2 distressed situations. You have a distressed property, that in other words, it could be a burned down property that needs some work, a vacant property, high grass, stuff like that. That is a distressed property. You also have what they call a distressed seller, right? What's a distressed seller? Someone that hadn't sold their property, been on the market for a long time, long days on market. Number 2, vacant property. Number 3, for sale by owner, right? Number 4, a long-term a property manager or a landlord who's looking to get out of the game. That is a distressed situation, right? Or someone that's behind their payments. That's a distressed seller situation, guys. Those are the 2 distressed situations. This book walks through both these situations. It is free. I want nothing from you, y'all. I want to give you guys the game, right? How do you get access to the book? Very simple. Number 1, you can scan on the QR code here on the screen, right? You go to a survey, take a quick survey, so I can know where you're at in your real estate endeavors, and then of course go download the ebook. It's free. Number 2, you DM me the word real estate, and what happens? We get to give that same link, right? You can go download the ebook, or in the show notes below, click on the link below, go download the ebook. It is free, guys. All right, it's free. So it's real simple, guys. If you're on TikTok or any other platform, don't you worry. DM me the word real estate. That same link comes to you. Real simple, guys. All right. Also, if real estate is not your cup of tea, that's okay. It can be a very complex industry if you know what you're doing. Don't worry. There is a term that I want you guys to burn on your brain. There's 2 words: digital banking. Let me say it again. Digital banking, also called fintech. Digital banking. Okay, guys? If you guys understand what's going on, right? The dollar is going more digital. It's been going that way for a long period of time under the Trump administration and the Biden administration. That's fine. You're beginning to see that that's good news for consumers because it forces the regular brick and mortar banks like Bank of America, Chase, things of that nature, to have to give you better products because you have, now what's a digital bank? I'm gonna stop right there. SoFi, digital bank. Chime is a digital bank. Venmo, digital bank. You see what I'm saying, guys? These are digital banks that you deal with every single day, guys. Well, there is a way for you to partner with a digital bank and begin offering banking as a service and begin to make revenue that way. Let me give you an example. The average American either uses their phone to pay, when it comes to your phone paying with your debit or credit card, or your debit or credit card. They swipe that card or their phone at least 30 times a month. Here's my question to you. What if you were making a nickel per swipe? Now multiply that one consumer times 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. What the digital banking space is doing is they are about to compete with the regular banks to be able to offer banking services, right? That can compete with the traditional bank, like the Bank of America, right? Stripe is a digital bank. See what I'm saying? So that opportunity is here. It is free information. It is free, right? If you want to know this information, don't worry, your partner got you. Scan on the QR code on the screen, right? DM in the word mentor, right? And that same link will go out. Or you can click on the link below in the show notes, go right to the site, and go access the information. It is free for you to watch. It's free. Go learn something new, right? Go learn something new. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, that's called insanity if you want a different type of response or result, right? This is free information. And it costs nothing but time, guys. Go look. You won't be sorry at all. I promise you guys. All right, guys. Well, guys, also, tomorrow, we have Real Estate Friday Live, which is called The Investor's Edge, guys. Cliff and I will be coming on talking about real estate, crypto, as well as a strategy that you can utilize today to make you 10, 20, 30 grand real fast, guys. This is Real Estate Friday Live. Let me get my color right real fast. Hold on one second. Let me color up real fast because my bad color. Here we go. It's my colors, guys. Real Estate Friday Live, guys. Here is a little bit of a sneak peek about Real Estate Friday Live, which you'll see tomorrow, which is called The Investor's Edge with Cliff and I. Let's get to it. Here we go. Sir, there's a GC right there. Cliff.
Go. It's piers. They got concrete piers and wood piers.
Yes,
got
sir.
The checklist. Look, check out the checklist.
Yes,
We got it for everything we need.
Yes, sir.
All right, you forget some things sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to outline, make sure you hit every single thing. What's the foundation, plumbing, electric, painting, flooring, everything. So you don't miss anything.
Okay.
You want to make sure you get all your checks.
Okay. I want to introduce you guys to Cliff Hunter. Cliff is a world-renowned flipper. He actually flips. He's also a GC as well. He's a good contractor. When it comes to all of our renovations, all over the nation, you'll talk to this guy right here. Guys, that's Real Estate Friday Live tomorrow, guys, at 5 p.m. CST on all platforms. Come kick with your partner, Cliff Man, by Real Estate Friday Live. So the Investors Edge, guys. Now, lastly, guys, we do have what I call the Karmelo Podcast the interview series coming back. I'll have Matt on and Andrew on to walk through how they went from where they once were, a Marine, single father, divorced, with which is great and broke, and also a youth pastor as well. How they went from that to making millions. But here is a little sneak peek of that. One of the many questions that I receive is, Liddell, how do I get into those rooms? Well, this interview series is just for you. So welcome to the room.
We on now. They respect us cause we on now. Money up, run a whole town, don't we? This power money can't slow down. Money won't slow down.
Again, guys, that is the Karmelo Podcast interview series. It's coming back, guys. In a couple of months, guys. I've been taking care of some business, but I have to get on everybody's schedule. And I bring on Matt. I bring on Andrew. I bring on some other guys as well. Precious Swaggerty. I bring on Ajay. He's a land investor. I'm bringing on him as well, guys. Other guys that I know that I'm trying to go on Patrick David as well. My man's in them, which is pretty good. And some other guys as well that you may know. Politicians, business moguls, you name it, I'm gonna have them on. All right, guys. Also my man DG from Results Roofing. That's my dude, man. But guys, all right, guys, I gotta go. God bless you. Went a little bit long today. It's all good. I hope I gave you some value, man. You know, I end it every time. I always say that you are one decision away from changing your entire life. All right, guys. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. CST, guys. God bless you guys. You know I end it every time before you leave them while you can. You see that thing. Take the picture for your mom and them. And holla at your partner. God bless you guys. See you guys tomorrow. All right, y'all. Peace. What's good, guys? It's your partner Dale here, man. Hey, I always say that when it comes to real estate, I think this is the best time. The next 3 to 5 years is the best time, in my opinion, to begin to invest in real estate. Whether you are a seasoned investor or a novice investor, this is the best time, in my opinion, to invest in real estate. Now, why would I say that? It's very simple. Whenever there is some stagnation within the real estate industry, that's the best time to get deals, right? Deals are what attract the capital, right? A good deal will always attract good capital. Now, what's a good deal? Well, I like buying distressed properties below wholesale. The skill to buying right is learning how to locate distressed properties in your city, county, or state. Now, the good thing about it is we are giving away a free ebook called Distressed Property Investing. We talk about different ways of locating distressed properties in your city, county, state, what to look for, who to call, things of that nature. It is free. Once you master this type of skill of locating distressed properties, you'll never be broke ever again, because good deals attract the right capital. All right, guys. So to get the free ebook, click on the link below, scan on the QR code here on the screen, or you can DM us the word real estate and my team will get you out this free ebook. Again, it's completely free. Just want to get you this information so you can begin to get the bag while buying real estate. Stay blessed and holla at your partner.
Okay, so you
did fixes and flips first, or were they? Now it sounds like you're more buying whole. Okay, so you're wholesaling first. Okay,
because I was broke. I had no credit, I had no money, so I had to get some money coming in. So I learned how to do wholesale.
And you were doing wholesaling at the good time too. 2000. When it wasn't so saturated. There was.
I kind of saw the debacle coming. Okay, it didn't make any sense. I was like, wait a minute, how can you lend out to retail buyers 99.7%? Yeah, just a little bit of a down tick. It's insolvent.
And you got to remember, in some states, because I lived in Florida at the time, you could have loan to value above 100% of your property. Right. The first property that I bought, it was 110%. We left the bank with like $30,000.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
It was amazing to me. I was like, why am I not doing this all the time? But then clearly 08, 09 let me know why people shouldn't have been doing that all the time.
08, 09, that's why I made a lion's share of my money.
Wow,
okay. Actually running from the cows, I was running to it.
Of course.
Because I saw it was coming.
Okay.
A lot of my business colleagues back then were buying flippers.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was wise for me to share 50% of my profit with Uncle Sam. He didn't do no work.
Okay.
So why would I give him free money?
Of course.
Okay, how can I make sure I'm still legal, but keep the lion's share of the cash flow?
Of course.
So I began studying the tax code with my accountants and CPAs, and I said, okay, I'm going to buy a whole lot of properties. Now watch this. I actually buy a lot of properties. I take home money when I actually acquire it. Every single time.
Okay, you need to break that down just a little bit.
If you'd like to learn how successful real estate investors make money when they acquire real estate and not when they sell it, click on the link below, swipe up, DM me the word to real estate to download our free ebook, Distressed Property Investing. The blueprint is in the ebook. Stay blessed. I'll let your partner and download the ebook today.